Hello, welcome to another Go Battle League video. In this video I'm going to showcase some battles from my good friend 23EJB, one of the best Austrian players that I know, maybe the best Austrian player. Let's take a look at his team. You may know 23EJB from play Pokemon tournaments such as the EUIC and the LCQ, right? The European International Championships and the Last Chance Qualifier in London. Which he actually won. He won that, by the way. So he qualified for Worlds, but that didn't go as well, unfortunately. The team he's running is Sableye, Double, and G-Fizz. Quite a meta team. The thing I personally love about Double is that Double Kick makes you less weak against things like Obstagoon. Scrafty still is kind of a pain, but then again Sableye does a bit better there because Shadow Claw is only single resisted. G-Fisk, I feel like it's just mandatory in this meta nowadays. It's basically on every single line. I think it's on basically any video that I've, almost every video that I've made of teams. But it's good, right? It counters Altaria well, counters Bastiodon well. Those are Pokemon you really want to kill. So let's take a look at his battles. He's around the 20, 30, 70s, which is kind of low for a player his caliber. But let's see, he's probably going to climb a bit. First off, he's facing a Shadow Swampert. There's likely something like a Skarmory in the back. So this is pretty good for EJ. Was that a frame drop? I think he's frame dropping a little bit. That's not my recording. Let's see, he takes the first Hydro. Hydro doesn't take out this Sableye. An Earthquake would. This does a lot though already. So let's take a look. Does this get shielded? It does get shielded. Shadow Swamp is not good at taking charge moves. Is it gonna stay in? It's throwing another move here, and looks like EJ is going to shield it. Okay. Let's see. And looks like the opponent decides to go in Wall Rain, trying to bait out the Bastiodon maybe, because that's usually what a Swampert lead does. It cleans up Bastiodons and G-Fizz, so the opponent probably trying to bait something out here. Oh boy, are you go? Yeah, he's shooting that. That's a bit unfortunate. There's probably a Skarmory or something in the back. Skarmory, Frostlass, a Abomasnow, anything goes well with that. And he's going straight for the payback here, probably expecting to keep that shield for Swampert. That the opponent will keep the shield for Swampert, which they might actually. He hasn't revealed his second move yet, right? This thing can also run the Wild Charge, which will do a lot of damage as well. He's going straight for that Body Slam here. It will probably take out this Swampert, but it does get shielded. So that's nice for EJ. And in comes that Skarmory. Looks like EJ has two charge moves stored now. One on his Sableye and one on his Double. And now his G-Fisk is aligned to a Skarmory. This is actually pretty close in the zero shields. But with so many charge moves stored, the Swampert also might have one, by the way. I think you're pretty fine here. Let's see. A bit of a poor timing by the opponent here. You generally want to do one air slash for 2 mud shots. Then you only give 1 turn away. Now you give 2 turns away. And he does it again, by the way. But it is what it is. So the unfortunate thing about this matchup for G-Fisk is that 3 Rock Slides barely don't do it. Even 2 Rock Slides and an Earthquake barely don't take out Skarmory. Because Earthquake does a little bit more, despite being resisted. Yeah, this Rock Slide is not going to take out this Skarmory. I think EJ is throwing immediately because he wants to prevent the Skarmory from catching. And now opponent swaps into Swampert, trying to snipe that G-Fisk, but he catches the Hydro Swampert instead. He does still have that move on the Double though, so I think you're pretty fine here. He also landed that Rock Slide already on the Skarmory, so it's really low. And at this point, I think you can just kick down that Skarmory. Let's see if he can. Yeah, I feel like the double kick feels so slow, honestly. Still pretty good fast move though, right? Charging really fast. So, good first game. Let's take a look at number 2 here. Sableye into Stunfisk. This is kind of iffy. Your double isn't great here, despite having a fighting fast move. But you kind of need to swap it in at some point, because you need to bait out that fighter if there's one in the back. So let's take a look. Doesn't shield this move. You actually, personally, I would always no shield Sableye because the G-Fisk wins straight Rock Slide here. Going Earthquake is actually less efficient because you need to get to those Rock Slides anyway against an XL Sableye. If the Sableye is not XL, you can Earthquake a Mudshot down. Sableye is XL, you cannot do that. I found it out the hard way. And most G-Fizz nowadays are pretty good IV as well. Let's see. He's not throwing his move. This is not Earthquake. Are you just sacrificing your double? Looks like he is sacrificing his double. Body Slam probably would have taken out there though. And wow, EJ... If there's like a Charmer in the back or something, you're now locked in. But I guess he's confident that there's no Charmer. I guess EJ lets that go because he's not expecting a fighter. The opponent probably would have brought it in. But there is an Altaria though. Good thing he has quite some energy on Sableye, but it would have been nice to have that on the G-Fizz. And there still could be a fighter in the back. If the opponent is super smart. Let's see. Foul play coming in. This probably takes out the Altaria. It does get shielded. Now he has G-Fizz with a shield up, which wins like everything, honestly. Let's take a look. He is going for that Rock Slide here. 2 Rock Slides don't take out Trevenant here, unfortunately. It just barely doesn't do enough. So yeah, let's see. He's calling the move right away. It's a Seed Bomb though, so that's fortunate. He's going for that resisted Earthquake. This is actually not a bad play, despite the move being resisted. I'm pretty sure this is a... Okay, it is a Seed Bomb. EJ is getting pretty low. He's going for the Earthquake here. It's resisted, but does slightly more damage. So in the Zero Shield, look at how low you get this, and now you might be able to farm it down before it actually gets to a Seed Bomb. So that's actually a very good play from EJ there. Now he's also getting to that Rock Slide, which is magnifique. Magnifique. Sehr gut, sehr gut, sehr gut, EJ. They speak German in Austria. He probably knows what that means. EJ versus Famo. Famo's a really good player, so this is going to be a good battle. And this is a core breaker for EJ, so let's see how he's going to wiggle his way out here. But Famo is the one who swaps out into a Shadow Gramble, and I think EJ is smart enough to know what's in the back here. He's going straight for that Earthquake, not expecting a shield on this Gramble. Famo probably just wants a shield advantage for his Gramble here, so not shielding a potential Rock Slide. But it is the Earthquake that takes it out. And EJ, smart player, probably knows this is going to be double charm. In my opinion, there's like 2 types of degenerate in the Open Great League. There is the try-hard, I just want to win and hope I align well, with Medicham, Basti, Victory Bell Pokemons. And there's also the I don't give a crap anymore, I'm sick of Open Great League, which is what Famo's running here, the double charm. I've been there, I've been there. Yeah, looks like EJ is going to keep that G-Fizz. This doesn't take out the Diggersby yet, but I think he probably wants to keep this in case there's another Steel type. Yeah, it looks like EJ swapping into his double, keeping that G-Fizz for a potential Alolan Ninetales, and this leaves Famo in a pretty rough spot. You would preferably want your Charmer on Sableye, but he kind of has to bring this in here, right? Because the double is not gonna do as, or the Diggersby is not gonna do as well against that, against the double at this point. At this point, I think you kind of have to clean up with Sableye though. Double actually losing CMP, it's quite the bulky Pokemon. Does it even take it out though? It might be, yeah, looks like, I think that Famo might be undercharging that slightly to get some farm on that Diggersby, which would be a massive play. But the timer of EJB is up here, so he's gonna swap immediately. You can take an Earthquake and a Fire Punch barely as a XL Sableye, so this is looking kind of good depending on the energy of Famo. Feels kind of bad for Famo. Triple countering Sableye, yet looking to be defeated by the Sableye here. Famo does need that Earthquake here. I don't think a Fire Punch takes it out yet. The Sableye needs to be in the red. Oh, at this point it may have taken it out. And this is a CMP, so now looks like he was there. He was at the Earthquake, I think. And that wins in the game. Very well played by EJ. Recognizing that it was double charming, keeping the G-Fizz put a lot of pressure. It didn't do anything anymore in the end, but it still put a lot of pressure there. Alright, Lantern lead. It is Squirt Lantern, which is pretty bad for G-Fizz, and this is another tricky situation. You need to bait out like a potential Medicham, Scrafty, something in the back, right? Because you have a G-Fizz, you're double weak to fighting in the back, so you have to bait it out at some point. He does let this go though, and I think at some point you kind of have to swap here. Let's see what he's going to do. The Lantern already is a shield down. It looks like the opponent decides to swap first. Probably looking to bait out this G-Fisk here. Classic ABB line. An absolute classic. And Noctow's actually pretty decent here because it, just like Altaria and Skarmy, it doesn't die to 2 Rock Slides. It also has that Shadow Ball coverage, which just hits for very nice neutral damage. And since it doesn't die to 2 Rock Slides, you can actually get 2 Shadow Balls that make the G-Fisk matchup pretty okay in the 0 shields. Very smart play by the opponent. I don't think you can exactly farm this down as the G-Fist. The Noctowl might be able to get to another Shadow Ball, because the Mudshots, they do nothing. Nada. Oh boy, EJ is looking to go for it. Wait. Oh boy. That timer was barely up. Is this a Shadow Ball? Is this a Shadow Ball? Oh, scheiße. Das ist so gut, jawohl. Very well done by EJ. Catching that Shadow Ball, keeping 100 energy on that G-Fisk here, and opting to throw that payback. Probably expecting to get to only 1 charge move against Altaria. And he does. Is that a CMP actually? That's crazy. That Altaria would throw on CMP there. Probably want to get that Sky Attack off before the double could get to a charge move. Now you don't get to another body slam though. I think 2 body slams would have been slightly better, but you have 100 energy here. He overtaps just a little bit, probably because of the 1 turn lag on the swap there. That sometimes happen when you're bringing your Pokemon. And yeah, this should be very fine for EJ. There's still that Lantern though, do not forget. There's still like half a Lantern left. And there's still Noctowl as a sack swap there. If the opponent no-shields this, then this could still be a little bit tricky, because EJ needs 2 foul plays. But he also has a lot of energy. And he throws the foul play immediately, going for that combo play. Does the opponent catch the next foul play here? Let's see. They do not catch that foul play. If they catch that foul play on their Noctowl, they win this battle very likely. But yeah, they don't. The foul play comes through, the bulky Lantern goes down, and that's game over. Very well played by EJB. Let's take a look at the next battle here. Sableye into Victory Bell. This is annoying. But he probably has a very good strategy here, because with the double, you bait out the Medicham, and then your G-Fisk in the back is a plague for this line. Ask anyone, ask all your friends who run Bastiodon, who love Bastiodon. Ask them how much they hate G-Fisk. They'll probably say something terrible about it. Something terrible about it. Honestly though, it is kind of a broken Pokemon. So maybe that's fair. He's going for that payback here. I don't think this takes out the Medicham. I wonder if 2 Wild Charges do. I don't think so, actually. Let me see. I'm just gonna assume it right away while we're in here. Wild Charge does about 37% to a Medicham. That would not do it either. He gets a nice farm down here, which is just incredible, because at this point you can get an easy shield from a Victory Bell. Let's see. They throw the Psychic, as they have Power Punch, and Psychic, no Ice Punch. Throws that foul play into the Victory Bell. Let's see. This has to be shielded, right? Yeah. And now going into that G-Fisk. With the Mudshots, the Rock Slide actually might take out this Victory Bell. It's a little bit IV dependent, maybe, if the Rock Slide takes it out or not. Nah, I think any even attack weight might survive from here. It does about 50%. It should do a little bit more. But it really depends on IVs there. Let's see, the Rock Slide comes through. It's a pretty good Victory Bell, I think, and they no-shield that, so they get farmed down here. Which I find very interesting. May not have mattered in the end anyway, because EJ got to another Rock Slide there. This Bastiodon is not going to do it. This double resisted smackdown from a very low attack Pokemon, no, it's not going to be it. And the Bastiodon doesn't even get to a charge move here, even if it would. Yeah, it's not going to do it. Like, it still has to take out the Sableye with a shield. So, yeah, you love to see that team taken down. Let's see, Sableye into Medicham. Finally a good lead for EJ. And in comes Lickitung. He doesn't hesitate even a second. Sees the normal typing, then goes into his double wall right away. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. Double, super effective double kick, and Lickitung has double resisted. Sorry, it's only a single super effective, by the way, the double kick. But the Lickitung has double resistance lick. So that means this should be a positive matchup for double. But I'm pretty positive, to be honest, that you get outbulked there as double. So this might not be as bad for Lickitung. You probably get 2 body slams before the Lickitung does here, though. Wow, you actually have to throw like immediately here. That makes this double a pretty nice farm down for this. Wow. Perfect energy management by EJ here. Probably also being able to get to a body slam next. I don't think you get to the payback. Is he gonna try it? I think he was going to try it. I think he was trying. He was trying. But he doesn't really reach it and throws that body slam in time. So you have alignment now, which is really nice. And in the back is a Basti. Oh, I hecking love Bastiodon getting owned by a G-Fisk. I'm not a fan of G-Fisk either, trust me. But I'm less of a fan of Bastiodon. This is a pretty tough lead for EJ. With shields up, Sableye is perfectly fine against Azumarill, and you also don't want this on your G-Fisk, right? I think G-Fisk is slightly worse here, whether Azumarill is Hydro or not. Opponent baits with the Ice Beam. Honestly, in my experience, Sableye always shields, so I think that's a decent play by the opponent. Do they shield his return? They do shield the return. Very good shield from the opponent. Whoa! Catches on G-Fisk. Okay, I don't hate that. Let's see what he does. It is another Ice Beam. It's not a player off, unfortunately. I guess that's what EJ is trying to catch. And the opponent throws another charge move here. Is this a Hydro Pump? Is this an Ice Beam Hydro Pump, Azu? Nope, it's another Ice Beam. And now goes for the Earthquake. Earthquake does just a little bit under half. You need 2 Earthquakes and some Mud Shots, maybe even a Rock Slide as G-Fisk. And in comes opposing Sableye. Is this the infamous Azumarill double ghost? He does get to this Earthquake here. This will do a ton if it doesn't get shielded. Probably puts Sableye barely above the red, but it does get shielded. And now you can align your double here, but this Sableye has a lot of energy. And that's kind of problematic because this is not as bulky as Lickitung. 2 foul plays are going to do a lot here. I'm pretty sure this double feints to a return and a foul play. There we go. That's 1 return. It's pretty close to another move as well. Wait, what's he going to do here? He's going to shield here probably. I would expect to shield, yeah. Because otherwise all your energy is for nothing really. Let's see what he does. The Shadow Claws don't add up. Neither do the double kicks. He's going to throw that payback here. I highly doubt this will take out Sableye. But at least we'll take it low. Maybe to the point you can farm it down with your own. And he is going for that, but I think EJ realized he barely couldn't. The 3rd foul play from a Sableye is 5 Shadow Claws, so it comes out a little bit quicker. And in the back is a Skarmy. This looks very dire for EJ at this point. But the opponent tries to catch and actually gives him a very good chance at winning this game now. Actually, I think you get farmed down, right? And then, wait, does Skarmy have to throw? This is gonna be so close. All right, can he claw this down? Shadow Claws are very, oh my god, barely couldn't farm down. Do you see any HP on Scar? Look at this. Any HP? I don't see any HP. And the Brave Bird takes out this double. Very well played from both sides. I think the opponent almost threw the game by trying to catch there. Alright, this is a good lead for EJ. Let's see. He has 2 answers to this. Doesn't really need switch. Opponent swaps in Kofa. This is not an answer trainer. Going for that foul play, super effective right away. Kofa actually, with an energy advantage, does pretty well, but he doesn't. The Kofa doesn't at this point. Like, if Kofa has 2 Shadow Claws advantage, and you outpace that Shadow Ball on the Sableye, they let it go. You can actually shield and farm down as Kofa. That's what I really like about Kofa. Despite being very hard walled by Darks and normal types, I think it can be very good, a very good generalist. Let's see. This is a normal Nidoqueen, so it's actually quite bulky. I think EJ probably wants to go for 1 payback here. The jabs add up here. And he is going for 1 payback here. The last poison jab went through, so he could not throw his 2nd body slam. Very good read by him. And the payback will add up, so that's nice. Actually, that didn't take him out. He could have reached 2 body slams. Well, it's okay. And in the back is an Umbreon. He is a shield up here. This looks very fine. Honestly, the opponent did not even have a safe switch at all. Umbreon gets annihilated by Charmers. It doesn't do that great against most fighters. I mean, you do okay actually, against Medicham in the zero shields. But Obstagoon, Scrafty, what's the other main fighter? There's Buzzwole sometimes. Those destroy the Umbreon, right? I like Umbreon as well, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit of an iffy Pokemon to save swap in the current meta. Let's see, another Earthquake coming through. Umbreon actually can take this matchup if you shield the Earthquakes correctly, but generally the G-Fizz takes this, especially with a shield advantage. There's no way. The opponent probably wants to preserve this Umbreon, but what do? Catch an Earthquake on Nidoqueen? That's not gonna do it for you. The thing with Umbreon is it doesn't pack enough power, so even if you do, even if he does catch like an Earthquake on Nidoqueen, it's still not going to sweep. Umbreon can almost lose the zero shields against a Sableye. It really depends on what kind of Sableye you face, right? What's it called? A non-Excel Sableye can actually win the zero shields against an Umbreon. Excel barely doesn't though, so it really depends. I generally like to keep my Umbreons safe because sometimes you get Shadow Claw down on your Umbreon, so that's not great. So Earthquake will take it out, and that's a good game there. Next battle, Sableye into Medicham. Another good lead for EJB. Let's see. I've also seen a lot of those yesterday, Medicham leads. It looks like EJ is answering this Diggersby with his double. I don't think this is that great of a matchup, to be honest. But this is the one Pokemon that doesn't lose at heart to it. Shields the Earthquake correctly. It's a very good shield. Needs to keep that alignment. Does not want his G-Fisk on one of its hardest answers, Medicham. Let's see. Probably wants to throw another charge move before they do. He does. That's good. I don't think an Earthquake will take it out, but the Earthquake will take double very low. And he does throw immediately. That's surprising, because this will give the Medicham a lot of energy. The opponent does let it go. Oh my god. Now, well, actually, now you get less farm. Now the Medicham gets less farm. Wow, but Diggersby, it just never faints. It's so bulky. I personally love using Diggersby. It's a really strong Pokemon. Defensive typing is just a bit iffy sometimes. But he does get to another Body Slam here. The opponent is a shield up, so really depending on what's in the back, this might be tricky. It could be like a Licky Tongue. That will be pretty difficult. It is the Charm alone on Ninetales. This is not difficult at all. This is a little bit RPS maybe. But again, the opponent doesn't really have a safe switch here, right? I think that a Diggersby safe swap is not the way, because if you face an Altaria with that thing, you're done for. They can farm you. Well, they're not gonna farm you all the way down because it just takes too long. But if that gets locked on your Diggersby, oh, that's pure death. It can probably come out with 100 energy for sure, and probably like 50% HP. It's the worst that Diggersby can face. So this team also doesn't really have a safe swap from the opponent. Anyway, EJB doesn't care. He just keeps battling. Has his G-Fizz comfortably on Alolan Ninetales, who's double shielding. It doesn't matter. Do you shield here as EJ? You might just clean up with Sableye at this point, to be honest. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Because even with those charms, you still Shadow Claw down. The Shadow Claws are not resisted. The Foul Play might be, but that doesn't matter really, because you farm down. So yeah, at this point, you could throw Return. I think Return definitely takes out Medi, but he's going for the safe play. Just Foul Plays. An Ice Punch doesn't take out Sableye from here. It does about 20%. Not a lot. But yeah, he's just playing it safe, just in case it's a super dynamic punch or something. You don't want it on your Sableye. Just kidding, that's not a real thing. I think the opponent dropped their phone. They just slammed it away. Okay, there we go. Alright, last battle. We got Sableye into Bastiodon. Not a great lead here, not a great lead. We want to bait out the Medi here though, so let's see what he's going to do. Going to swap into his double, which has incredible double super effective double kick. That actually still didn't do anything on Basti, but you bait this out. So that's actually pretty good. If there's a Sableye in the back, EJB has a very good chance here. If it's a Victory Bell, you also have a good chance here because this Medicham shielded for some reason. I guess he expected Shadow Ball. Ice Punch doesn't take out this Ghost just yet. And EJ is able to throw that payback. This will leave Medicham in a very nice farm down range. And Medicham with shields up isn't the worst against Sableye, but Medicham is a delicious farm down for Sableye, really. Like, taking Ice Punches all day when you don't need Switch anymore, yo, I'm down for it. That's definitely some of your winning plays sometimes. Sableye not in the red, now it is, but it has a lot of energy loaded. But EJ will keep that because Earthquake does more, so you don't need to use that energy just right away. And he's going straight for the Earthquake here, actually. Crazy. Probably calling that the opponent will call the Rock Slide, and the Earthquake goes through. That takes out this Victory Bell, and that's game over. The opponent shoot top left, and they do. Very, very nice of them. Some people actually do save you the time. So yeah. Thank you, EJB, for the showcase. I didn't have any sets left myself anymore, so I couldn't try the set myself. But showcased 2 sets of his team here. Worked pretty well for him. He had a 5-1 and a 4-1. Maybe he can get to Veteran real quick. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a good one.